Are you still struggling with unforgiveness? If you are, then you're going to struggle on this healing journey. Unforgiveness is like holding someone hostage. So instead of holding people to meet your demands, you're actually withholding love, acceptance, respect, service, kindness, and patience. Really, in actuality, unforgiveness is really this type of message being sent. The message is saying, really, I feel you have not repaid me for the wrong that you've done to me. So because of that, you're not going to have my acceptance. That's what unforgiveness is actually saying to somebody. But here's the kicker. That type of mindset only harms you. It only harms you. It only holds you back. An unforgiving spirit prevents a person from being able to constantly walk with the Spirit. John chapter 10, verse 10 says, "The thief comes only to steal, kill, and destroy. But I have come that they may have life and have it to the full." So if the Lord has come for you to have your life to the full, that replaces what the devil wants to do. He wants to steal, kill, and destroy. And that's what unforgiveness does to you. So the Lord doesn't want that for you. The Lord wants you to be able to walk with Him in the Spirit. And as long as you're unforgiving, not forgiving what has happened to you, you're not walking with the Lord in the Spirit. You're only holding your healing journey back. Staying bitter doesn't help you heal. In fact, I'll tell you what it does. You being bitter and staying mad makes the perpetrator or the abuser happy. They like to see you in that misery. They hope you stay in that misery for the rest of your life. But see, here's the other part of it. By you forgiving and allowing the Lord to raise you up above that and begin your healing journey, that's going to heap coals over top of your perpetrator's head to see you winning, to see you thriving and moving on with your life. Galatians chapter 5, 22 to 23 says, "But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. And against there is no such law." Against any of these, there's no such law. So if we're unforgiving to someone who's harmed us, we're not showing the goodness that God wants to bring out of us. Because God doesn't want that unforgiveness to hold us back. He doesn't. He doesn't want us to be held back by staying bitter and angry at somebody for what they've done to us. God wants us to rise above it. God will deal with what they did to you. But you've got to invite Him in. You've got to first talk about it, invite Him into your healing, ask God to come into your heart and help you to heal and help you to forgive this person and what they've done to you. And leave it with God and let Him deal with that. That is no longer your burden anymore once you lift it to God. He'll take it from there. And then ask God what the safest next steps are for you. What safest next steps will there be for you in this journey? Let me tell you something. I have a father wound. I was abused when I was 5 years old by my father. And when I was 13 years old, it turned into physical and sexual abuse. Many times over the years of my life, I have seen and witnessed many people with an unforgiving spirit. You want proof? Walk into a bar. Walk into a bar and see many of the irregulars that sit at that bar each and every day. Now, I don't want to take away from their pain. They're hurting. A lot of times they're hurting, but a lot of times they're also not able to forgive. And so because of it, they're drinking. They're drinking their wounds away. They're putting a Band-Aid on it. They're not getting rid of the problem. They're not lifting it to the Lord and allowing the Lord to grab that problem by the root and pull it up so that they can move on in their life. There are people that turn to drugs, and sadly, there are people that turn to suicide. And that's not what God wants for you. That is not what God wants in your life. He wants you to heal. He wants you to rise up because he has a purpose for you in your life. And that purpose might be, just like for me, he had me write a book. And page after page, I started my healing. He may want you to write a book. He may want you to journal. He may want you to do what I'm doing right now, and that is to talk to you and help others who are suffering and struggling in this journey. I'm here to tell you there is help and there is hope, but it's a daily commitment. You've got to commit to going to God every single day in prayer. Be in prayer, constant prayer with the Lord. Ask him to lift this up from you. Ask him to bring the right set of ears to you that you can talk to safely about this issue in your life. Ask him to point you in that direction, because safe ears are so important. Speaking your truth to somebody that doesn't have your best interest can go really bad. I know this, it's happened to me. Somebody that might be looking to do a smear campaign on you and manipulating what you told them. So you want God involved, believe me. You want him involved with who you can go to and safely talk to about your trauma, your pain, and who can help you on this journey and guide you into the safest next steps. If you can't forgive, you can't heal. And sometimes forgiveness is also forgiving ourselves. Forgiving ourselves for what we may have also allowed to continue to happen in our lives because maybe we didn't establish any boundaries. So let's recap here. What happened to you still matters, okay? Forgiveness is not excusing. It's not excusing what they did. Not at all. Forgiveness is not reconciliation. And boundaries remain necessary. That might mean that you may have to decide once you start the forgiveness with this person, whether you want to allow them in your life or not. And that's totally up to you. As far as you want to deal with that. As far as you want to allow that person back into your life. That's up to you. So let me ask you, what truth will you speak to God today? Who do you still need to forgive? Are there several people that you still need to forgive in your life that's been holding you back? Ask God. Lift that to God. Ask him to reveal this to you. Ask him to help you in this healing. And then ask God what safe next steps that you need to take. He will help you. He will guide you. But remember, it's a daily commitment. It's a daily commitment to get with God, get with him in prayer, lift to him what your need is, and he will direct your steps every step of the way. He did for me, and I know he'll do it for you. And I hope and pray that you start this healing journey today. May God bless you.